Savannah Hill with the Savvy Travel Agency, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about traveling with kids. Now, I'm definitely not the expert, but I have 3 kids of my own that are 7, 5, and 4, and we've traveled all over the world with them. So I definitely have some good advice. My first advice is when it comes to packing. When I pack for my kids, I like to be as prepared as possible when I'm in my destination. What I like to do is take everything the kids are gonna need for that day and put it all together. So I get their outfit for the day, their underwear, their socks, if they need a diaper or a pull-up for that day, and I even put it with their pajamas. I like to put it all in a gallon Ziploc baggie with the day labeled for what day they're gonna wear it, so that I can pull it out, get them dressed really quick, and put their dirty clothes in from the day before. The other thing that I like to do is to make sure that all my kids' outfits coordinate for the day so that I never miss a good photo op. I would hate to have an opportunity to take a fantastic photo and my kids be wearing what my daughter would prefer and be wearing a rainbow dress and my son just be wearing some athletic clothes. So I like to make sure that all their outfits somewhat coordinate for the day. My next advice is to always be prepared for a distraction. Whether it's on the airplane or maybe you're at a restaurant that they're not familiar with, you always want to have distractions to try to keep everybody happy. We like to travel with each of our kids having their own backpack that has all of their stuff in it. In their backpacks, we like to keep coloring books and activity books, along with crayons. I also have in there maybe a blanket or a favorite small toy that they can play with. And I also like to keep their own set of headphones in there. Make sure your headphones work prior to the trip, because I've also encountered that. By doing this, I'm always able to keep my kids entertained. On the airplane, I always let them go crazy with the electronics just because it keeps them the most distracted, but a lot of times they still get bored with it. And so my son has spent an hour on an airplane playing with race cars, or my daughter loves to color. So this is just an easy way to keep them distracted on the airplane, or even at a restaurant. They are able to, while we're waiting for food, they're able to stay distracted without disrupting other people around us. My next advice is you never want to travel when you're hungry or you're tired. I know I don't, and I really know my kids don't, because nobody's happy when my kids are hungry or tired. As far as the tired side goes, I always try to plan for some downtime in the day or during the trip, or I give an opportunity for my kids to rest in the stroller or take a nap somewhere. My kids have napped in the most random places. My favorite is probably when they all fell asleep and they all took a nap while we sat along the water at a little cafe. By doing this, my kids always get a little bit of rest during the day if we don't have an opportunity to get back to our hotel or the cruise ship. And then they get rejuvenated for the evening so that they're not exhausted by the time dinner comes. I also don't like traveling with hungry kids. So there's a few things that I do to prevent my kids from ever getting hungry. My kids are used to eating as soon as they wake up. I like to either have my groceries delivered or go to a little mart and get some snacks and breakfast food items to keep in our room. By doing this, when we wake up in the morning, my kids are able to go ahead and get something to eat while we're all getting ready, because it's gonna be probably about an hour or so before we actually go to eat breakfast. The other thing I like to do is to make sure that in all my meals that the kids are getting some sort of protein that will keep them full, as well as 2 snacks. I have 1 snack in the morning and 1 snack in the afternoon that consists of some sort of granola bar or protein bar so that they stay full. My next tip is kind of just overall in general, is just to go with the flow. Traveling with kids is not always a vacation, it's definitely a trip. But sometimes you just have to go with the flow. One time when we were traveling in Rome, we had this fabulous idea to go to the Colosseum with the kids, who at the time were 4, 2, and almost 1. And we got there and it was hot and it was crowded and nobody was happy. So we decided to have a change of plans. We went over to a park that was close by and we just let the kids run. Me and my husband had a glass of wine while they ran around and got some energy out of them. Then we went and got some lunch. Everybody felt a little bit more rejuvenated and we went back and enjoyed our Coliseum experience. So always know that you're gonna have to go with the flow with kids. My last tip is when it comes to where you stay. First of all, I like to make sure we have as much room as possible, whether if we just have one room or we have connecting rooms or some sort of suite. That upgrade is always worth the extra amount of space that you're gonna get to give everybody a little bit of room. The other thing I like to make sure we have is a place for the kids to go, whether it's a pool or a park close by. I want to give the kids an easy opportunity to get some energy out when they need it. So I hope these tips were helpful for you or for your clients, and hopefully they can enjoy a good vacation with their kids. It is a lot of trouble sometimes, and it's a lot harder than traveling with just adults, but in my opinion, it is worth every penny, and I would do it over and over and over again with my kids to create those memories that we'll have for a lifetime.